Good morning, commodities traders, and today we'll be looking at technical analysis on natural gas, UNG, oil, US dollar, gold, and silver. We'll be looking at their support and resistance levels, as well as the most likely scenario price to be heading into later next week. And if you guys learn anything, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. They're always appreciated. And let's get started. So we are looking at natural gas on the daily time frame. And currently, ever since we broke out of this monthly falling wedge, where it's this one, we forever finally broke out of here. And you can see when we broke out of here, pretty much we're just kind of like flagging as a bull flag here. And then finally it broke out again on Thursday, but it hit pretty much the top of this rising wedge and it's still currently trading within it. We did kind of peaked above here a little bit, but I wouldn't say this is a break because we ended up closing below it. And you can see this is the resistance and this is the support at the moment. You can see prior support, bounce, 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 now acting as resistance, 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 another resistance here. And here was prior resistance, rejection, rejection, and now it's acting as support, 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 support for 4 times that day, where we finally bounced off of it on Thursday. So that's pretty much the pattern I'm looking at right now. It would be this rising wedge. And we did actually break above this quadruple top where it would test it many times here. You can see we broke above there on Thursday, but we ended up closing below it. So that's just a slight initial red flag where we broke above a strong resistance and ended up closing below it. Although now this is pretty much the spot where bulls want to see a bounce because this was the prior highs for Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, Monday and Wednesday. You can see this upper wick, these 2 levels were pretty much the prior highs of Monday and Wednesday, and we pretty much just came back. So we broke above it, came back to that range now, and let's see if this back test will bounce from here or not. If we do bounce from here, I would like us to see, back retests of the top of the rising wedge. If we do break down from here, then we're probably back looking down at this bottom of the rising wedge again, and we'll see which way it breaks at that moment. As of now, bulls still have a lot of work to do, but this is a decent, bounce initial step. And because if you just zoom into the weekly chart, we don't have a weekly uptrend yet, right? You can see this is the weekly trend, and the weekly have a decent bounce for 2 weeks now. So let's see when we do get a weekly pullback. Are the bulls seriously about setting a higher low and then taking to a higher high? So we want to see a pivot set here. Doesn't mean exactly here, but like a higher low, meaning it's going to be higher than this low. We could pull back, over here, and then we bounce and then set a higher low. And then we have to break above the prior high to set a higher high to make a trend, a weekly uptrend. Obviously, that's going to take more than a few weeks for that to shape up. So when we do pull back, potentially maybe next week or the week after, let's say we get another leg up next week, right? And then we pull back. That would be even better for the bulls because you have a lot more room to work with. But right now we already have a lot of room to work with. That's a 22% bounce. That's more than enough room for bulls to shape up that weekly uptrend if they can. If they can't even shape up weekly uptrend after a 22% bounce, then that's a red flag for sure. Just like this move, right? Huge move up, starts pulling back, and then, okay, let me delete this so you guys can see. Huge bounce, so much room to work with. Pulled back, right? Bulls tried to set a higher low here. This was like a 80% retracement, but bulls tried here, right? Is obviously higher than the prior low, and they tried to bounce here, and they couldn't get over the prior high for that weekly uptrend to confirm, and we just roll over. So that's a weekly downtrend, and so we don't want to see that. But let's see if bulls can actually, set a higher low and a higher high to make that weekly uptrend confirm. If we do get that confirmed, then we're likely to get a lot more follow through overall in the bigger picture if that does confirm. And then we may potentially, come up to test the 2.4 range if we can get that weekly uptrend going. But as of now, you can see bigger chart time frame. Weekly needs a lot of work, but daily definitely shaping a little bit better, but let's see if this rising wedge continues, and maybe you just could chop like that just as it goes up, and then if it chops like that as it goes up, and then it breaks bear, then we can get that weekly lower high set, and then we break bull above it. That'll be a weekly uptrend. We'll break here, right? Break here, and then come down, bounce from this $2 range, set the weekly higher low, and come back up. Let's see about that. Yeah, but I told you guys I got in on last Friday, right? Yeah, and I got out on Monday at this pop, pretty much top of this move. So far, I haven't gotten in yet. I'm just looking for a setup, and there wasn't really a setup after I got out. But yeah, I'll see how it ends up shaping up on that weekly pivot. And as you guys know, natural gas is very volatile, so we can definitely pull back, bounce in like 5% in one day or even more. So looking for a setup. So far, I don't see any at the moment. There was a little bit here. You can see we were bouncing off the rising wedge. I could have added here, but let's get something else. Other than that, this would have been a little bit of an aggressive play because we have moved off the lows already for like 16%, right? So if I add it here, it'd be a little bit aggressive play here. But hindsight 2020 looks easy when we got a nice 5% move on Thursday. But yeah. All right, let's take a look at UNG. UNG, similar idea. Let's see if bulls can continue. So this is a big enough bounce where we pull back, set the higher low, and then make a higher high. So that is a daily uptrend confirm. So that's what we want to see on the weekly chart. When we do pull back on the weekly, the less it pulls back, the better it is. And that means it's a bull flag. This was a bull flag, pretty much a daily bull flag, and confirmed and slightly pull back. So still looking good. No huge red flags at the moment. If we do give back that entire pop, then maybe we'll form something like a head and shoulders. But as of now, no signs of that yet. We're still above the prior breakout high, just like gas, where it's back testing its highs. It's Monday and Wednesday's high. This is also, back testing this high. So if we do bounce from here, then no red flags at all. So see how it ends up playing out on next week. For you bears, you definitely want to see that head and shoulder shape up. So if we do retrace all the way back down here, and then get a shallow bounce, and that's a potential head and shoulders for me here, and then maybe we'll break below it. Now we need it to show up to take it to all the way down here for that to even happen. All right. Oil here is just continuing its daily downtrend. So ever since it confirmed its daily downtrend, I've been talking about this because of this drop is so significant that there's a lot of room for the bears to work with. So even if we get a slight bounce, bears confirm a daily downtrend right there. Now it's another slight bounce, and bears are attempting another move down. So see how it kind of trends the EMA 12 up, acting as support on the way up, and now it's acting as resistance on the way down. Resistance. If we do break below this parallel again, it's just daily downtrend continuing, and we'll likely test this triangles where it broke out from. It's going to act as, it was resistance here when it broke out, and now it's going to act as support. Last thing bulls want to see is just we flush through it and then come back into it without even attempting for a bounce. That could happen as well, but we'll see when it does hit this area, see how it does. Sometimes it can break through a little bit and then make a lower wick and bounce, but that would be probably the likely case. At least a slight bounce, and if bears are serious about taking it into it, then we'll head into that. But most likely scenario is probably a slight bounce from here at least, but we'll see. But bears are currently closed at low of the day, so they have been more momentum probably if we had a longer trading hours. But yeah, let's take a look at US dollar. So US dollar is shaping up that equilibrium that I've been talking about, and I just need to see this daily downtrend confirm. So if we break this low, this daily downtrend is confirmed. And that means that weekly pivot is set. Big move up on the weekly, big move down within the prior move, big move up within the prior move. And if we get that daily downtrend confirming here, this is likely the weekly pivot being set. So we'll probably head down lower and from that equilibrium tightening range, meaning this drop won't break this low, but we will probably tighten up. Something like that. So if we break that low, we'll probably come down a little bit closer to 103.5 or maybe closer to 103 range. And then we'll see if it bounces from there. If it bounces from there, and it'll probably just tighten up into probably into until the next FOMC meeting. See if we maybe get a rate cut in September or something like that. But it will probably tighten up until then. And gold. So weak dollar is good for metals, and we had a breakout on Thursday and a slight upper wick on Friday, but no huge red flags. This could just continue up on Monday, but it's getting a little bit toppy here. If you kind of feel, see, maybe you could just draw something like this. It's not that I don't trade off of these lines, but it's just a visual guide to know where you guys are where the chart is currently at. So maybe we'll get something like a tightening range. So big move up, down, hits here, then we may potentially tighten up here, and then decides where it wants to break. So yeah, maybe we'll get some more consolidation until end of May. If you don't get above Friday's high, then that may be potentially likely the case here. Yeah, so far it's looking a little bit like that. Something like this. Or bounce off of here, bounce off of here, and it's just gonna tighten up a little bit into close to the end of May. Yeah. All right, let's take a look at. But as of now, no huge red flags for bulls though. China is still intact, so just that we're kind of at the top of the range, so it's a little bit uncertainty. Right, you don't want to go long here because we're literally at the top. You don't want to go short here because momentum is still strong. So it's kind of like we're stuck right in between here at the moment. But if you already have a long position, from down here, then it's no red flags holding it at this moment. All right, silver. So similar idea. You can see we have this might tighten up as well. If gold tightens up, silver is definitely going to tighten up as well. So we might get that, something like this. And something like that. It just kind of tightens up as well into May. Because of this big move up, big move down, big move up. It's kind of up a little bit here. And then break from there. We'll know which way. Once it breaks out, then we'll see volume come in. Then we can trade that breakout or the breakdown. So a lot easier than trying to manage here. You could, if you could like try to manage here, but it just gets really choppy, especially after a big move up and a big move down. But if you're swinging, you're just letting it play out. It's a little bit, if you got in down here and got the breakout and you're just letting it play out, then you can just sit tight until which way this range breaks. And that's probably what you do if you're a longer term swing trader. All right, let's see here. Yeah. All right. And if you guys want to support the channel, go to the Patreon link or the join button on YouTube. And if you guys want your charts looked at and record a video for your ticker, go to the Patreon link as well, or any kind of mentorship, and take a look at the 15-minute free call if you guys are interested in the mentorship. And have a great rest of you guys' weekend. And feel free to comment below if you guys have any questions. And I will see you guys likely Tuesday. All right. Take care.